In a kingdom over the hills and far away, there lived a young prince who was very full of himself. It was not enough for him to have been born into a life of parasitical leisure. He was also determined to perpetuate his undemocratic tyranny by marrying only a real, authentic, card-carrying princess. Many years earlier, after a period of inadequate wellness, his father the king had achieved corporal terminality, and his mother the queen encouraged her son's obsession, despite the obvious risks of hemophiliac or microcephalic grandchildren. In his quest for the perfect partner, the prince traveled far and wide, looking for someone to enslave in matrimony. Astride his trusty equine colleague, he went from kingdom to queendom and from dukedom to duchessdom, asking for names and phone numbers. One rainy night, after a long journey to many far-off bioregions, the prince and the queen were sitting down at their royal table playing a game of Go Water Vertebrate with Gills.
I don't think I'll ever find a genuine princess with whom I can share my life.
Before his mother could respond, there was a knock on the castle door. And in stepped a moisture-enhanced young woman.
A princess should not be out in weather like this.
The prince was struck orally inoperative, and while this was a joyous development for the prince, his mother felt very threatened. Rather than acknowledging the validity of her feelings and airing them in a constructive way, the queen decided on a ruse to test the visitor's claim. She went up to the room where the princess would be spending the night and placed a pea on the bed. She then piled 10 mattresses on top of it, followed by eider-down quilts.
There, that drenched wench is really a princess. She will notice the slump and be unable to sleep.
The next morning, the queen innocently asked her,
How did you sleep, my dear?
Abominably. I didn't get a wink all night. First of all, the bed was piled high with eider-down quilts. Barbaric! How was I supposed to sleep thinking of all the poor geese who unwillingly surrendered their feathers for my comfort? Then, as I was removing all the extra futons to share with the less fortunate around the castle, I found a pea placed beneath them all. Shocking with the state of the world as it is, that someone would waste food like that.
Oh, so you really are a princess.
Last night I was. This morning I'm a Viking warrior. Leafdal, daughter of Ulfdal. I'm a channeler. I have over a dozen past personalities that periodically inhabit my body.
So when do you think you'll be channeling a princess again?
A week from next Tuesday, mid-morning until early evening. I'm very punctual with my past lives.
Then on that day, I will ask you to be my castlemate and rule by my side as an equal partner in every way. How long are you a Viking warrior?
45 minutes. After that, I'm usually St. Giles, living in a hovel and renouncing all worldly possessions.
The princess and the prince were married the second Tuesday following, in accordance with her metaphysical timetable. Every time she would become Leafdal, daughter of Ulfdal, she would conquer the prince and his castle, and every time she became St. Giles, she would give it right back. The queen, the prince, and the channeler lived a very happy life together, never knowing who would turn up at breakfast.